A very good day to all the trainers. We'll be speaking about the Code of Ethics. Code of Conduct and Ethics document has been published according to the ideology of Al-Mashdui Group. The group, it is a set of general guidelines and behavior rules which should be followed by everyone related to the group during performing their job. The sole purpose of this document is to show the high standards of values and ethics that are required from all the parties involved. The scope of the policy. The Code of the Conduct is applied to all employees, managers and executives of the group. Al-Mashdui Group incorporates Al-Mashdui Holding and all its associate companies, but concerning projects with other companies, these documents can only be used as reference. Articles. Now, what are my responsibilities? Reading and understanding the document, avoiding any activity that might lead to illegal actions or could affect our reputation, complete commitment towards code of conduct and policies of the group. What happens in case of breaking the code? By agreeing to work for and represent the group, you consent to do what is right and follow the instructions of the code of conduct. In case of breaking the code, you will be questioned and you will be due to a disciplinary action. Our code of conduct originates from the set of values adopted by the Al-Mashdui Group. These long-lasting human values are our compass towards the perfect behavior we urge to comply with. These values are care. We entirely pay attention to individuals and their contribution, development, and of course their satisfaction. Responsibility. We encourage individuals to be responsible for their actions in many aspects. We do believe that though respect and trust, our employees will return back the favor by delivering the best they can. Transparency. We are completely open when it comes to dealing with our employees, customers, managers, and every business partner we have. Removing routine obstacles and absolute transparency are our gateway to a free, easy-going environment for communication and criticism to guarantee mutual understanding and protect the group and individual's rights. Commitment. We invest in our utmost care and commitment to present the best we can offer during each and every project we manage. Harmony. We encourage our employees to work according to the same vision and mission adopted by the Al-Mashdui Group. We are proud of our human resources and look forward to the prosperity of our employees. Guideline for conflict of interest. What is meant by conflict of interest? Conflict of interest originates when a manager, an executive, or an employee follows certain procedures or has other interests that makes it difficult for him or her to perform the required task. Conflict of interest also occurs when a manager, an executive, or an employee, or someone of their relatives and friends makes use of their position at the company to get undeserved benefits. What is expected from your side? Act in a fair manner without prejudice through all transactions of the group and make the benefits of the company have priority over personal interest. Avoid any kind of activity that might even be doubted as a conflict of interest. If you have any uncertainties about any action that could be regarded as a conflict, please inform your direct manager. Report any case of conflict of interest that you might encounter during performing your job. Examples of conflict of interest. Transaction with a company that is owned by an employee in the group of or one of his or her friends and family. Exploiting the group's assets to gain personal benefits. Working for a competitor or an other company while working for the group. Accepting money or gifts from parties involved with the group in any kind of deal. Recruiting, promoting, or supervising any relatives or close friends. Making use of your position at the group to provide information to competitors. Guidelines for accepting and offering gifts. Accepting gifts. Any employee should avoid receiving any kind of gifts to him or one of his family members, as it could be interpreted by others as a sign of the possibility of influencing the employee's decisions or actions. Such actions destroy the group's reputation, and the following standards shall be considered. Modest gifts, which are defined as a commercial advertisement or gifts having the logo of the company. Such gifts should be recorded and don't need acceptance from the direct manager. The following gifts can be accepted after acceptance of the manager director and should be recorded. Gifts with a value less or equal to 500 riyal from one person or organization once a year only. Hospitality from time to time includes meals and occasions and does not include sleepovers or travel cost. If such invitations are repeated, a written report should be returned to the direct manager. Sports activities such as one contractor or investor invites some employees to sports events. If these events were during normal business hours, acceptance can be provided by the direct manager. Other than what is mentioned above, no gifts or invitations should be accepted without permission from the president-related CEO. Close attention is required if contractors or contracts are under evaluation, especially in case of business disputes. Whether gifts, invitations are accepted or not, incidents should be recorded. Despite what is mentioned above, gifts like money, vouchers, holiday residence, or flight tickets should not be accepted by any means. Employees are not allowed to ask for gifts from contractors or investors during events or charity. Business trips or tourism trips, which covered completely by the suppliers or other related parties, should not be accepted. Giving gifts or invitations. Modest gifts or invitation to the other entities outside the group or to associate companies inside Saudi Arabia can be given out if such gifts are within the company's promotional and marketing programs. These gifts are not allowed as rewards in return for any benefit to the company. No need to get a confirmation to give out company's modest gifts such as pens, medallions, t-shirts or hats, and etc. But the manager should be informed. The following gifts can be given after acceptance of the direct manager. The group's gifts which have a value up to 1,000 Saudi Riyal can be given out once a year to a specific organization or person. Gifts that have a value over 1,000 Riyal can be given out once a year after advance approval from president. Related CEO is required. Inviting the contractors or investors. Dinner and lunch invitations are allowed on limited basis after acceptance on the direct manager on a condition that a maximum cost per person should not exceed 300 Saudi Riyal. If this amount of money is exceeded, a permission from president or related CEO is required. What is expected from you? Proper evaluation of the situation to avoid any inappropriate appearance when it comes to amount and type of gifts or invitations. Complete avoidance of presenting any kind of gifts to governmental officials without prior acceptance from your direct manager or the president related CEO. Complete avoidance of giving or receiving cash money. Ask for confirmation and report any gift you receive. Record all expenses regarding invitation gifts in an accurate way. Guidelines for confidential information. Employees, managers and executives should maintain confidentiality of information regarding the group or the customer as well, unless there is a permission to release such information or to be obliged by law. If you have access to data about employees, you have no right to give away such data in an unauthorized way without permission. So what is expected from you? Take all the necessary precautions to maintain confidentiality of information. Before releasing any info, make sure that the recipient has a specific need to get such info and there is reasonable justification for acquiring it. Never try to acquire any classified data through inappropriate means like asking someone to get them for you in an unethical way. Guidelines for bribery. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has very strict laws against bribery and corruption. These laws generally prohibit receiving or presenting bribes to acquire or maintain businesses. All the employees of the group are not allowed to offer or receive any bribes either in a direct or indirect way. So, what is expected from you? absolute avoidance of offering or receiving bribes, immediate report of any doubtful action that could be considered as bribery to the Human Resources Department. Guidelines for relative recruitment. Any relative to employee, managers, or executives should be regarded without prejudice and be equally treated just like any candidate to the job, on a condition that there should be no conflict of interest arising from this relationship. Employee should disclose if he had any relative responsibility with any other person of alleged employees as per the condition of recruitment policy. A conflict of interest might arouse when employee's manager or executive may intervene in the recruitment procedure, promotion, or supervision of one of their family members. By relatives, we mean relatives of the first degree, relatives of the second degree, and the relatives of the third degree, as depicted in section 1.4. What is expected from you? Act fairly and without prejudice when it comes to recruitment, and put the benefit of the company as a top priority. In case of recruiting a relative to the employee, managers, or executives, the relationship should be exposed to everyone, and it should be made sure that the new recruit is not under direct supervision from his or her relative. Every employee's managers or executives should not be involved in any decision on recruiting, promoting, or transferring one of their relatives. Guidelines for using IT resources. All the desktop computers, laptops, communication devices, data storage devices, and information saved on them are private property to the group. For privacy purposes, you are advised to store your data on your personal computers, not on the group's computers. So what is expected from you? Responsibly use your computer and IT devices for business purposes only. Never set up unlicensed program or software that is not authorized by the IT department. Avoid using your computer to get access to inappropriate or illegal websites. Protect your computer against unauthorized access to or theft. Protect data stored on your computer by using a login password and never share it with anyone. Guideline for protecting the group's assets. Each and every one of us is responsible for protecting the group's assets and not misusing them. These assets include computers, phones, cars, and materials like papers and disposables and office equipment. The assets of the company are there to help us during performing our job, and any uncaring action, misuse, or illegal actions harm all of us. So, what is expected from you? Protecting the group's assets if they were your own. Appreciation the company's assets to guarantee that there will be no kind of misuse. Never modify, sell, or throw away any asset without authorization. Use the company's assets appropriately and wisely. Report inefficient or illegal use of the company's assets using the internal hotline service controlled by Audit Department. Guidelines for our documents. Our reports, records, and accounting documents should reflect our work. No one should ever be directly or indirectly involved in faking or manipulating such documents. These documents include all the hard material, such as paper, film, CDs, in addition to all the data stored on our computers, including business emails. What is expected from you? Avoidance of creating unnecessary records. Periodic revision of the documents and dispose unneeded records. Never dispose any document related to investigations or accounting records. Guidelines for privacy protection. Information about employees should never be exposed to anyone, organization without an official authorization except those who is their job duties requires accessing such information. Releasing any personal info of an employee to a third party shall not be done without the employee's written agreement. So what is expected from you? Avoid saving your personal data at workplace. Make sure to thoroughly read the agreement of releasing personal data before signing. Never release personal data to any person or organization without the necessary authorization. Thank you for watching.